what I would like to talk about and what I'd like to show you is where we are today, where we started at the beginning of the year and where we are today on 3 different indexes. So you've got the S&P 500, the aggregate bond fund, and the NASDAQ. And as you can see in this chart, the S&P 500, which represents 500 stocks, it's kind of in the middle of the road between the NASDAQ, which is more tech-heavy stocks, and the aggregate bond fund, which is more bonds in the portfolio. You can obviously immediately tell that all 3 are down right now, but the S&P is kind of in the middle there. And the reason we bring this up is we want to give you a little idea as to what is causing some of this volatility and how is the makeup of the market with some of the tech-heavy stocks, how is that actually affecting where the S&P 500 is right now? I'm sure you know that from past videos that we've done that there were 5 or 6 tech-heavy stocks that really represented a very large percentage of the S&P 500. And we're going to highlight some of them right now because they were very high flyers last year, but they're struggling a little bit right now. If you look at this, you've got big names and big declines. So on this chart, we have the S&P 500, again, down 15.91, Netflix, Facebook, Amazon, and Disney. And as you can see, these are big stocks, but they're also having a heavy impact on the S&P 500 because they are down so much. I mean, just look at Netflix. They're down 69% as of 2 days ago in the market. Facebook, you know, when earnings season hit, Facebook lost millions of subscribers, and the earnings report didn't sound too good. And that was reflected in what happened with the stock. And you see that it kind of took a nosedive in the beginning of February and is currently down about 41%. Amazon, you know, they took a little bit of a dive. Disney, I think they're falling out of favor. There's a lot of very conservative people that are concerned about the direction Disney's going with our children. And that's kind of weighing on the stock. And then you have what's going on in Florida, where the governor is kind of taking some privileges away, and that's weighing on that stock as well. If I move forward, looking at 3 additional, now these different stocks, I mean, they have really nothing in common. You've got Moderna, which is a pharmaceutical, NVIDIA, which is semiconductors, and then Ford, which is obviously automobiles. You look at how they're doing compared to the S&P 500. The S&P 500, again, just about down 16%. Ford down 37, NVIDIA 41, and Moderna is just getting spanked right now at 46% down. But they are weighing on the S&P 500 as a whole. You can see, based on the total downturn with all these different large stocks, that it is putting a drag on the overall portfolio when it comes to the S&P 500. And ultimately, the average stock in the S&P 500 isn't even down 15.91%, which is kind of represented in a lot of well-diversified portfolios.